Hello YouTube, I'm the Mass Analyst. First a few words of praise. You've got a magnificent site. I really can't state strongly enough how important your site is. As you say in the March 31st blog post, the You Choose '08 is the world's largest town hall for political speech. Yes, it's true. You have built the largest town hall for speech of any kind. And as guardians of such a town hall, of guardians of such as the most important site on the internet, you have a moral responsibility to make sure that people aren't kicked off of the site arbitrarily and capriciously. Now, unfortunately, your hands are tied by a bad law. Unfortunately, you're not totally responsible for it. But I believe that your implementation of the DMCA goes beyond what the DMCA actually requires. Now, I talk about this in some other videos. I'm not going to go into that tonight. That's not what this video is about. This video is about how people can use YouTube as a way to endanger other community members. How YouTube could, at least in theory, be used to jeopardize the security of others by the way they implement the DMCA. Now, it's unfortunate the way the DMCA is worded. The DMCA is an atrocious law, and it's not all your fault, but please be aware of the following. The DMCA is used not just as a tool to prevent copyright abuse, but it's being used as a tool for censorship and as a tool for getting the documents of other users. Now, if someone files a DMCA against a video of yours, the only way you can get that video restored, and perhaps the only way of avoiding getting your account suspended, is to file a counter notice. In order to file a counter notice, the DMCA mandates that you have to sign your name and address. And it also mandates YouTube to turn that counter notice over to the person who filed the DMCA. So if someone files a DMCA against me, the only way I can fight back is to drop my own docs, to give them my own docs. Unfortunately, there's a loophole, or there's a real danger involved here, because someone can send in a totally false DMCA just in order to get the name and address of a person they don't like. Now, I know from experience that this has happened to me. Someone filed a DMCA against one of my videos, got my account suspended. Actually, the same person filed a DMCA against 3 of my videos, but the last one was especially egregious because he had absolutely no copyright interest in the video at all. Now, if you watch the video, if someone from YouTube had actually watched the video that got me suspended, they would have seen 3 minutes into the video that the person who made the video was begging everybody to copy their video and upload it to their channels. Now, if you had watched that video before suspending my channel, you would have known damn well that I had the permission of the video creator to use their video on my channel. Of course, you didn't do that. And even after I wrote to the Copyright Office, please take a look at this video. See it. There's proof yourself. I had permission. It took you 4 months to restore my account. Something that should have taken no more than 1 day. It shouldn't have taken you more than 3 minutes to figure it out by watching the video. But this isn't about me. There are other people that this sort of thing has happened to. My Reality Bites. No, you didn't suspend her account, but you pulled one of her videos because someone from the Zizzle Corporation, a toy manufacturing corporation, sent in a DMCA on one of her videos. This video featured a toy from the Zizzle Corporation. Well, it turns out she called Zizzle, and surprise, surprise, they had never heard of her. They didn't send in the DMCA, but someone imitating the Zizzle Corporation did, just in order to get her docs. And one other situation, the Real Weekly News ended up having a video about Viacom DMCA'd by Viacom, allegedly from Viacom. Now, he got in touch with Viacom and they said, "What? No, we didn't send that in. No, not us." Turns out somebody else did. Now, for you to pass on the Viacom DMCA when it was obviously not Viacom, and I'm sure it was from an email. It came from an email or from some route that's not used by Viacom. That just blows my mind. It really does. You've heard of Viacom before. Yeah, they're the ones who are suing you for $1 billion. They're the ones who sent you in February of 2007 100,000 DMCAs. Surely you must know what a DMCA from Viacom looks like. Yet you passed this DMCA from Viacom on to somebody without verifying that it was indeed from Viacom. Now here's the danger. Sooner or later, I fear it's going to happen. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it never happens. But imagine some woman breaks away from an abusive boyfriend or husband. She runs, flees, maybe moves to another state. But boyfriend or husband realizes that she's got a YouTube channel and she's uploaded videos to her channel. And so maybe they'll wait a little while till she's made another video, maybe give it a couple of weeks or a month just so she doesn't think about it, then send in a DMCA claiming that they own the copyright interest in a video. They may even sign their name as Viacom. They may pretend to be Viacom or some other corporation. So she gets the DMCA and says, huh, what's going on? No, this has got to be a mistake. She sends in a counter notice with her name and address on it as required, and then you, as required, will turn that over to the abusive boyfriend or husband, who then can take that information and track her down like a dog and slit her throat. So my question to you, YouTube, is what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do to ensure the safety of the community? If you can't do anything, and I realize you must get many, many DMCAs every day. If you can't do anything, at the very least, please put a note on your website where it says how to send in a DMCA and how to send in a counter notice, alerting people that the person who allegedly signed the DMCA might not in fact be the real person or company that really sent it in, that they should always verify, if they at all can, who sent in the DMCA before sending in a counter notice. If Viacom sends in a DMCA, they should get in touch with the real Viacom to make sure that it's legit. Okay, and my second point about the DMCA. You have on your site that if people send in infringing notices without it really being infringing, that they may be in violation of 512F of the DMCA. That's good. I'm glad you put it there. But I don't think it's enough, because nowhere on your page does it mention anything about fair use or the importance of considering whether or not the video they're about to try and take down falls within fair use. Now, very recently in August, there was a decision in the Lens versus Universal Music Corporation lawsuit which states that before you send in a DMCA trying to remove a video, you must consider issues of fair use. I've heard people say, hey, it was okay for me to send in a DMCA. YouTube says that if someone copies your video, then you can send in a DMCA. They'll use you, YouTube, as an excuse for sending in a DMCA. Well, YouTube says it's okay, and they'll use that as an excuse to censor material that they don't like, which very well could be falling within fair use. It would be a huge improvement to your notification page. It will be a service to the YouTube community if you were to put in something along the phrase of, before sending in a DMCA, you should consider fair use. In fact, the court in the Lens versus Universal Music Corporation's case states that you have to consider fair use, and then post a link to the judge's order. Now I'm going to post two links in the sidebar. One to a video that I made previously that discusses some of these issues in more detail, and one to a link in the Lens versus Universal Music Corporation case, the one which has the judge's decision saying you must consider fair use. So those are two suggestions that I would make that you could do, that you could implement, that will cut down some of the DMCA abuse. I have plenty of other suggestions. I have plenty of others, but I know you're probably not going to listen. I'm hoping you'll listen to these for the safety and well-being of the YouTube community. This has been the Mass Sound List, under an N.